Let's do this.
Happy Halloween Eve. Thanks for coming on, all decked out. How much fun are we? We have to get a picture of this at some point. Maybe we'll wait for more people to hop on. But we asked that you printed out the calendars that we made for the rest of the year, and we want to just talk about how to end the year strong. And there were some exciting announcements announced today for November. If you guys haven't had a chance to look at that yet, we'll talk about a few of those things and a few of those things that aren't on the calendar, because Courtney and I made the calendars before that those things were announced. But we'll just fly through that. And then we have our very own Diamond Coach, Jenny, to talk about IG stories and some things that she's using them for that she's finding success with, talking to her followers, maybe that you don't know about, because I feel like if you don't update your app every day, there's new stuff. So we're going to get to that. But we'll fly through the calendars. Courtney, you want to just start going through a little bit of the calendars? I wrote down a few things from the Diamond Insider that we can go through, but
okay. Do you want to share the Diamond Insider stuff first? Like just like the promotion in November? That's really exciting.
Yeah. I wrote down like the top 6 or 7 things, but they're calling November No Excuse November because there's all these great things that they just announced, these great promos. The first thing is the $20 off all challenge packs that are $150 or more. So the Country Heat challenge pack that's $140, that's not 20 off. There's really only 2 challenge packs that are $140, and it's Country Heat and 22-minute hardcore, but nobody even buys DVDs anymore. Well,
no.
Some people. But the $160 Beachbody On Demand challenge pack, whatever that is in Canadian, I don't know it off the top of my head, but they're $20 off. Like, I haven't seen challenge packs this low in so long. It really is No Excuse November. And there's a few ways to spin this special for people that have money objections. So you have to think about the person you're talking to. If the people come to you and they're coming to you saying, oh, well, I just want the fitness, I don't want the shakes, because we have a lot of those people that are like, no, no, no. You can spin it and you can say, look, Beachbody On Demand is $99. So for $30 more, for $40 more, right? $140.
Right. Yep.
$160, $140. Okay. I did this a few times today. So for $40 more, you're getting Shakeology, which is usually $130. That's a huge savings. And then the opposite, if somebody just wants the shakes, they don't think they want the workouts, the same kind of things. The shakes are $130, and for $10 more, you get a year of workouts. Like, no excuse November. No matter how you speak to people, no matter how you map it out, don't just say, a challenge pack is $140. Like, really dive in, dissect, explain the value. This is incredible. And then the next important thing is the Summit Travel Cash Incentive. That's huge for those of us. I can't remember what are the stipulations for that, to earn that cash. I didn't look at it, but it's listed in the page in the FAQs to earn the Summit Travel Cash. If anybody knows, I know it was
Success Club for October, November, and December.
And it was only a certain coach rank and lower or something.
Diamond and lower.
Diamond and below, you can earn cash for Summit. That is something I've never seen in 4 years. It's awesome.
No, that's new. I mean, you guys really, if you're noticing the theme here, get to Summit. Like, our company is trying to make it a no-brainer to get there, which is pretty awesome, where your trip is truly paid for. Like a free trip to Summit. It's professional development. It's an amazing weekend. So figure it out. Get there. Just find a way to be there.
And the tickets are still on sale for $145 for, I think, 2 more days.
Yep.
So jump on that. I mean, if you're going to hit Success Club for your 3rd month in a row tomorrow, no point in buying one. And you're going to hit Success Starter for the 3 months in a row of your first 3 months. But if not, buy one. November 20th to the 26th, they're doing a cyber sale, sort of like a Black Friday. Usually what they do on that, in the past, it's been like old stuff. So it's been like hip hop abs, some clothes, What are some other random things?
They had a lot of, like they would have like agility ladders, or it was kind of the stuff that probably there was an abundance of inventory on. So they were trying to clear it out. The derm stuff was typically always on promotion. But now that we don't retail DVDs and we don't have as much equipment, because we're not selling like the bundles like that, there's not as much of, like, there doesn't seem to be as many of those sale items. So I'll be really interested to see what it is that they're putting on promotion, which would be exciting. And usually always is apparel too. There's always sale apparel, which I usually scoop up for prizes, for myself, for giveaways, because they usually are pretty cheap.
I clicked on it right before the call and there's nothing listed yet. It says come back to see what's going to be available for the sale.
Sometimes they have water bottles or like those Shakeology tote bags.
Yeah.
So it's hard for us to know what it's going to look like, but
we will let you know as soon as anything is announced. And then, of course, December 4th is the T20 early launch, like they did with 80 Day Obsession, where you can start purchasing the challenge packs that they will come out with. And then with that, part of hitting Success Club in November, and you guys can look this up. If you're in my team page, I just screenshotted the FAQ on this because they're calling it Step It Up in November Reward. So if you, what did it say? The steps are limited, right? So basically if you sell, or if you get one Success Club point in November, you become eligible to get one of these limited quantity steps. I guess they didn't make a lot. So they're really promoting the program, and being in the test group, watching everybody do it with their different steps. They're trying to make it like you don't have to have the Beachbody step. If you already have a step in your closet, or if you have an old school step, or you don't even need a step at all. There's a gal in there that's not using a step. So I think they only made a certain amount of steps. So they are allowing Beachbody coaches to have first dibs at it if they earn at least one Success Club point in November. So that's really what that is. You don't automatically get one, but you will be available for the limited quantity, kind of like the pumpkin spice deal they're doing, kind of
thing. Emeralds and below.
Limited quantity. So just check that one too. Check that FAQ for wording. I'm sorry, I probably made no sense with that. The Energize stick packs come out December 4th. That's not on the calendar. So if you want to, I asked you to bring your printed calendars. If you want to write that in for December 4th, the stick packs, and they're saying that's a really great thing to bundle in with the T20 packs. So I'm sure there'll be some cool like pop up in the share a cart or something. I'm just going to write Energize stick packs.
So awesome.
I don't know, so awesome, but like me, I don't have a problem with the packets. I don't get it.
Well, I could have used them a lot during my marathon, let me tell you, because it is not easy to dump that into a water bottle, right? Like, I mean, I think that's where the sticks came from. It was a lot of feedback from, I mean, our performance line was designed, I mean, we all use it, but it's also, it's the drink of the Ironman. So if you're on your bike, I mean, you're not going to like rip out, you know what I mean? Just,
yeah.
To be competitive too. All of our competitors, you know, the ones that are filled with a lot of junk and sugar, they're all using stick packs. So
I wonder if they'll do away with the regular packets and just
I hope so.
Them out. It's kind of silly to have both.
And they're also boxes of 32, right? So it's not just like boxes of 10, it's like a full supply.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So like you can just switch to packets if you'd prefer to have them for on the go, you know, like pixie stick style. I know I'm not the only one that does that.
Well, they say not to because it's like too much of the potent color on your teeth. So I know.
Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, right?
Brush your teeth after.
I know.
All right. And the last thing that stood out to me was the Little More Obsessed. There's only a few more days to have access to get a Little More Obsessed workouts. So make sure that if that's something that you don't have yet and you want, or you have customers that want that, you make sure that they get that. But both of our teams are running sugar detox groups with the 3-day refresh optional starting November 1st. Some of us in my group are starting tomorrow. I am, because I don't want any Halloween candy.
You're crazy.
So, so there's the sugar detox group we've got going on for both of our teams, which is awesome. If you guys looked at the calendar, there's some great things on there that we're going to be starting to do a couple times a month. The Emeralds, the 24 hours to Emeralds. Both of our teams ran them last night, and they were both great.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were on that, or if you weren't, look for the recording. You can tag your people in that or share. Let's see, what else did we add to this that was
so we also have our Success Partner speed dating. We're bringing that back on the 7th. So we'll run those separately with each of our teams, but if you don't have a Success Partner, or if you're in the market for another Success Partner, that'll be an opportunity for you to jump on and partner up. What else and then so we have, obviously, you guys, we've got some great promotions this month, but really gearing up towards our T20 launch that's coming in December. I mean, November should be the month where you're really, those that are interested in T20, your conversation should kind of be geared towards how do we get you ready for T20. So you can totally take advantage of the promotion for Beachbody On Demand and getting them started with Shakeology, and help them choose a program that's going to get them ready for T20 in the new year, right? So if that's what they want to do, it's okay for them to start now. Like, don't hold people off until December. Get them started now. We're not want to wait till January. But so what we'll do is we'll run a launch group like we've done in the past, very similar to how we did 80-Day Obsession and Lift 4 and all of those launch groups. And we're going to do that in our launch page starting right after the week after Thanksgiving. So we've got it set to open on like the 28th to start providing content because it goes live on December 4th. So we want to make that a very impactful day, a day where we as coaches are very busy sending links to people and getting them ready to go, because I would imagine, we don't have these details yet, but I'd imagine there'll be some type of Sean Week type thing, like all the other ones have done. We don't know, but I would be prepared for that. Like, those who purchase and get in it are going to have access to whatever.
There's definitely going to be some sort of like before Lift 4, like 4 workouts or something, because there were a few days that he was like, I was recording another workout. You guys will find out about that. So it's definitely, he worked on a few different things. So we're running that launch like to get excitement, to share about the program, to get people ready so that when the packs are ready, it's like, okay. And then we create, FOMO in the group, like, tag your coach when you purchased your pack, or, stuff like that. So it's exciting.
But be making your list for that now, you guys. Like, don't be sitting around November 27th thinking like, who would be a good fit for this? Be making that, have your running list of T20 people. Those of you that have been around for a while, if you have people that have done T25, Max 30, Insanity, like, go in your back office, search people that have purchased those products in the past. Like when we used to sell DVD packs, I've got my list ready to go to inform them about what's going on, because people that love Sean. Like, they've been waiting for 3 years for this.
And if you haven't done any of his workouts in the last few weeks, do it. Like, if you're doing Lift 4 on those 3 days that you have off, do a Sean week, do T25, do Insanity, hashtag the crap out of it and say you're so excited for his new program and you're a coach and you're going to have first dibs on it. All of that gets people's attention. And one more thing I wanted to mention is the My Fave Things party. We're going to do some sort of another flash sale type of thing to promote volume at the end of November, and sort of like, early Christmas present with like 10 of our favorite items. It's not going to be the cyber sale thing. It's going to be more like putting our favorite items on a pedestal and talking about them and having sort of like we did with the flash sale. But we're calling it a My Fave Things party, and we will set that up and we will have you guys be able to invite to it, and we will give you more info as we put that together.
Yeah, and depending on what's on the cyber sale, we might be able to marry a few things together. Like, if, I don't know, one of our favorite boosts happens to be on this sale, we can absolutely like pull them over. So Lori and I will be working on creating that, but until we kind of put all the pieces together, it's going to be hard to really give you guys full details. But just know that it's going to be an opportunity for you to invite folks to, that's kind of like completing their healthy formula. So not necessarily probably challenge packs, but thinking about your current customer base that already is on their journey. What else could they possibly use to help them with their results, you know, whether it be a boost or bars or one of the performance line items or something along those lines.
Rachel Hollis talked about this on one of her most recent podcasts. She talked about increasing your volume, and the best way to do that is with your current customer base. So to provide them with all of the other things that we have, like I bet half your customers don't know we have bars. They don't know we have boosts. They don't know we have Energize. You know, maybe they missed that day in your challenge group that you ate that delicious bar that 47 people said, what is that? And they weren't there that one day. So that was our goal in creating, you know, not really for new people, but more for our customer base already. So the only other thing is in December, Courtney and I are going to be running a 2019 goal planning summit for our team starting January 1st. It is it 7 or 10 days? I forgot. 10?
It's 7 days, but with like the introduction and like closing out things, it's about 10 days.
Yeah, so no excuses not to start this year off with huge goals and huge visions, vision board, because we're going to do it together as huge teams, and we're going to kick off the year. So look forward to that. We're going to have some sort of a way for you to get your ticket into the group. If you see that on the calendar, that's for December 21st. So really fun, good things to look forward to. Anything else on the calendar before we give it to Jenny?
I don't have anything.
All right, I think that's it. So we are going to have Jenny. Jenny Dobmeier is a lifetime diamond on the Flawless Empire. She's an awesome leader of her own team, Strive, and she is going to talk about IG stories. Just unmute. Unmute yourself.
I was on mute.
That's okay.
So happens all the time. I know we try to keep these to a half hour, but since it's 10 to the hour, I might run over. So it's recorded. So sorry if anybody has to go early. It's fine. I'll try to breeze through some of the other stuff that I'm going to share my desktop. You guys can see it. Hopefully. Everybody, awesome. I see thumbs up. Okay, so I'll try to breeze through some of the stuff that like I feel like we've all heard about, but this is going to be more about Instagram stories and more about not just putting up stories, but how to start conversations. So I want to spend more time there because I am relatively new to Instagram. I only joined it because my sister-in-law was only putting her pictures up with a hashtag a couple years ago. And I thought, well, geez, need to see the pictures. So I joined it, but I hadn't used it for my business until probably this year. So the first thing I would suggest is convert your account to a business account. The cool thing about Instagram is if you have a personal account right now and you convert it to a business account, it's your same Instagram handle and you keep all your content. It's not like Facebook where you have to start a different business page. Do it. You get so much insights that you can go look at what time people are watching, what's the demographic, all of that stuff. So if you haven't done it already, do it. It doesn't look that different to a follower, by the way. So posting at least once a day on Instagram. The big thing about Instagram is it's a visual platform. So think about your posts not being like Facebook, not being a big conversation and like lots of videos or memes or anything. Think of your one post a day. You can post more, by the way, but at least one post a day on Instagram as your magazine cover. Like, what would your magazine cover look like? Have it have sort of a consistency look, and then use your stories to have fun and be kitschy and like show you and be a little bit more off the cuff. And so think of your page, your posts as your magazine cover and your stories as your like, they've opened up the magazine and now it's your reality story. I'll dig into what curiosity marketing is. So to use that and then continuously expand your following. This is where I'm not going to spend a lot of time, guys. There's a ton of videos out there and trainings about how to use Instagram hashtags. Follow them, click the, like if you have a hashtag that's definitely about you, like one of the ones I found lately is long distance family, because I moved away. All my family lives somewhere else and I moved away. So that's one that I can find people that are very much like me and not really like a whole bunch of other people. So I follow that hashtag so it comes up in my news feed. And if somebody looks like me, they look like they have a similar story to me, I can like, comment, and follow them. So again, I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time there because I wanna focus on stories in the time that we have. use hashtags on your stories and your posts. This is something to do so that people find you using geotags or location tags. So like for me, I'm in Littleton, Colorado, so I can use that to have people that are searching certain events in that location find me, all that kind of stuff. And then start conversations with followers. So this is where I really want to spend time, is talking about stories and how you can create new conversations. If you are totally new to Instagram, like this is kind of your Instagram 101 training. If you haven't used Instagram, the top of the Instagram, this is a screenshot of the mobile app, has the bubbles across the top. Those are people's stories. So you can watch stories, and people literally do that more than they do the news feed, I think, in Instagram, where they're clicking through people's stories. They are pics or 15-second videos that you record in the app. You can record them separately and upload them, but I tend to stay in the app. I don't do anything fancy. They go away to your viewers in 24 hours. The coolest thing I want to tell you guys, I don't know if this is a business account thing, because I've switched mine over to a business before I started using stories. All of your stories are available in your archive. So if you click your profile and there's a clock at the top left, if you click that, so like anything I tell you, if you're like, oh my gosh, in 24 hours, I can't go back and talk, start conversations with those people, go into your archive. You can go get your story from 2 days ago and look at who's watching. Okay. So don't freak out about timing. So stories can help you create conversations. Make sure you're consistent. So post throughout the day, because once someone watches your story, this bubble goes away for them and they might not see you for the rest of the day. So if you only post once a day or don't post for 3 or 4 days and you pop up later, it's going to be people are going to be less inclined to start a conversation with you, or kind of trust that your consistency is there when you start a conversation with them. So add stories throughout the day, 3 to 5 a day. They're super easy and super quick. I told you guys, I don't do anything super fancy. Anything I show you, I've done inside the app, but there are apps that can make your stories really pop. So if you wanted to spend some time and do a really good one, I sometimes do that. Like for the last 90-day challenge, I did a really good one using, I think, Snapseed. So there's Snapseed, Visco, HypeType, WordSwag, Lightroom, all those apps. Go find them, go learn them if you want to make your stories really pop and stand out. I'm staying in the app right now. I'm too busy to like make mine look like Hannah Jackson right now, but someday I will. But so anything I show you is in the app. So the first one here on the left, this is all going to be showing you curiosity marketing. I'm using the face filter in the app with sunglasses. I've branded Energize as Liquid Mojo. That's kind of a word I would use, right? May not be something that everybody else would use, but brand your shake and brand your Energize. You can brand your bar if you want, but consistently use that hashtag on your story, and I'll show you why in the next slides. But Energize is a great one. I mean, I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm not a morning person and I don't like to wake out. So this is part of my story. So I consistently show how I start my workout with Liquid Mojo for my get up and go. You can call it Liquid Gold, Unicorn Juice, Mama Go-Go Juice, Mama Crack, whatever fits for you, use it, make it your own. This is another day in the middle where I was on a Saturday. I put some music behind it. If you swipe up after you've recorded your 15-second video, you can put music on it in the Instagram app. You just click the music button and go search something fun. It was Saturday. I searched a Saturday song. It was awesome. Hashtag Liquid Mojo. It was a goofy video of me like putting my scoop in there. And then the picture on the right is hashtag. I don't use Beachbody hashtags, so don't hashtag Shakeology or hashtag Beachbody. Hashtag your brand. If you want to call it a power smoothie or a superfood smoothie or a fit shake or fit mama shake, hashtag that and create some curiosity about what that is that you drink every day that you love so much. That creates, talk about how these products have improved your life and helped you be consistent and what we do every day. Basically, this is a place to showcase that. So this was just, I was waiting for the bus one day, talking about what was happening that day. So here's why kind of using some consistency, showing up every day, and then for me, my hashtag Liquid Mojo, without ever saying energize, the container's always turned around, is I had somebody just write me out of the blue, what's Liquid Mojo? So curiosity finally got them, right? Like, I want to know what this is. And this gives you an opportunity to write them back. I have a website, so I gave them a link. I have written in this on my website what it does for me in my own words. Kind of, you can write them a message that says just that if you don't have a website, right? Like, oh my God, it's the best thing that ever happened. You know, I used to never be able to get up consistently in the morning, or whatever it is. Tell them about it, and, you know, see if they want, you know, to learn more. But this is a great way for them to talk to you, because there's a message button right at the bottom of your story that they can write to you. So this is another one I forgot to mention at the beginning, is when you do your stories, show different aspects of your life. Don't just show your workout at 5 o'clock in the morning and don't show up till tomorrow at 5 o'clock in the morning and show your workout again. Show different aspects of your life, like your workout, maybe some of the food that you're eating, or like for me, I'm a sports mom. I'm an outdoor adventurer. So these are some of my like hashtags and some of the parts of my niche of like, I'll show sports mom stuff, life, and I will show outdoor adventurer. And that gives people something else to start a conversation with me that has nothing to do with my business or my fitness journey. Helps them get to know me. And you will see, I'll show you a couple examples. I am floored at how quickly people can trust you on this platform. And I think it's because they get to know you in your stories if you show up every day. And you don't just show your workout and your Shakeology in your stories. Like, I show most of my stories. So this was just something I put up. It was the first time my middle school son said, "Hey mom, can you just drop me off right here?" And I was like, oh my God, like so it begins, right? Like, he does not want me to be dropping him off at the school, trying to hold his hand and kissing him on the cheek. So I put up a cute story about like, and so it begins, and like my heart breaking because he wants me to drop him off. And this gal that's been watching my stories, who I hadn't had a conversation with, relates back to me about how her sister is going through the same thing with her nephew. And so we've been able to start a conversation about something we have in common. And I didn't do anything but talk about a snippet of my life. So that's why stories is amazing. The second reason why stories, well, there's like, I don't want to count them because there's a lot. Another reason why Instagram stories is amazing is you can see who's watching your stories, and you can direct message them, even if they have a private page and even if you aren't following them. Okay, so if you're using geotags or hashtags, like, no one's going to go search Liquid Mojo, by the way. So that one's just a way for people to come talk to me. But you can put a hashtag, I can type a hashtag underneath that little bubble, so it's not even seen, to take away from my story about, I hate running, because I was going running that day, and I really do hate running. Somebody else who hates running might search the hashtag, hate running. And then they will find my story and see, oh my God, well, she got up and went for a run. I wonder what that Liquid Mojo is. Like, just to give you an example. So let me show you what it looks like. If you touch that bottom left-hand corner where the bubbles are of who's watched it, or swipe up, it will show you all your viewers. Everybody who's watched your story. Of course, Laura's right up there. And my coach, Allison. I got my faves. So you can watch your own story, swipe up, you'll see the list of viewers. You can see the airplane icon, you can message them. I would not recommend clicking that airplane button and sending a canned message to every single one. It's not the way that Instagram rolls. It is not a sales platform. This is a place for you to relate. So you can take 10 minutes a day. I do not take a ton of time to do this, you guys. I usually do Instagram every other day I'll do Instagram stories. I do Instagram stories every day. I go in and look at my viewers every other day. And so you can click their profile picture and go look and say, in the first few pictures, do they look like my market? Do they look like my niche? And if they do, click the airplane icon and write them a message. And I'll give you an example of something that you like. a message that you could write. My husband's locking my kids out right now. If you have things in common, you can write them a message and send them a direct message. So let me give you an example. Like, I don't go in with, hi, thanks for watching my stories. Are you looking to buy a fitness program from me? Like, I don't say anything like that. I start out with saying something like, hi there, so appreciate you following me. I love connecting with other sports moms. Maybe that's what I saw on their page that we have in common. Do your kids play more than one sport? I've now related to them in something. It's not hard. I've not like reinvented the wheel every time. I might click on someone's image and see that they're an outdoor adventurer like me. And I can say, oh my gosh, do you like downhill skiing or cross country skiing better? Like, I can think of something really quickly if I have something in common with them. Or I could just say, hi, so appreciate you following my stories. Have a great day. If you don't know what to say, but they look like you and you want to connect with them, just say, have a great day. And then if they continue to watch your story, a week or 2 or 3 weeks later, you can then write a message and say something like, thanks for continuing to follow my stories. It seems like we have so much in common. Or have you ever considered trying my at-home workouts? I see that you've been watching my workouts. You can talk to them about your fitness journey later. But at this first message, I just hit the airplane icon and connect some way very easily with them if they look like me. If I've clicked their image and I go to their page, I'm like, not like me at all, not my market, not my niche, just click the back button and go to the next one. So that's what I said. I only take 10 minutes to do that a day. You'll find in the beginning, you'll have a lot of people to talk to. And then if you're doing this every other day, you're going to have less and less new followers to talk to. And that's why you have to follow hashtags that are like your niche and comment, and follow those people so that you have new followers watching your stories week after week. So anyway, this is just an example of a gal who's now on our team, who I wrote a story. I actually looked at her page. She, seemed like somebody I would totally want to be friends with. She also looked like she was a professional, or not professional, but played on an adult competitive volleyball team. And I'm like, so I'm gonna talk about fitness because this girl looks like she's in fitness. Like I said, I don't always go in with fitness, but this was my very first message to her. Thanks for following my stories. Looks like we have some things in common. Are you working on fitness goals too? She's like, yep, tells me a couple things. And then I can engage with her and talk with her about that. And at the end, I was like, hey, just feel free to tell me some challenges because I'd love to share some tips that work for me because you sound a lot like me. And this conversation went back and forth over a couple of days. And I'm really, this is what I was telling you, I'm so surprised at how trust can happen so quickly. She had clearly been watching me for a while because she bought a challenge pack and signed up to be a coach on our team within probably the 2 weeks of our first message. So it's kind of cool. Another example of how to use stories to get engagement back towards you is when you're cooking or when you're doing something, to use polls. So I made a funny post about turn your smell on. Oh my gosh, you probably can't. So I was making these delicious muffins and I put a poll up that allowed people to respond to me. I got responses. Same deal. When you swipe up in your story and you've put a poll on there, you can see what the voters responded. And it gives you the opportunity to click the message button and write them, a personal message, a direct message back about that particular topic. So like I said about keeping your posts and your page, like your magazine cover, you don't want to put your, in my case, I don't want to put up my challenge group promos every other day, but I can use my stories for that. So I can put it up in the stories. I did a quick 15-second video of me getting my next group set up. This was in September. And I put a poll in there and it always comes up with the automatic yes and no. And so I always change it to a yes and a send me more info, just because if you're no, just swipe by. I don't want to know. So this way you can get some responses. And when you click that message button to respond to them, if they've answered your poll, it puts the story in the message so they know what you're talking about. So it's just, they've done such a good job of making the conversations really natural, I think, in Instagram. Your transformation story is a great thing that you can put up more often and feel kind of less. Like for me, I can put my transformation story up several times a week in my stories. And if people, I've seen it before, they just click by, and it's not on my page forever. So I used a poll with a recent transformation story. And, you know, I got some answers, and like this, for this one, these were 2 brand new people. I had a hashtag underneath my words. I don't remember what it was at the time. I was using some hashtag that is like my market. And these 2 people were brand new people I was not following, but saw my story from either my geotag or my hashtag. One signed up and bought a challenge pack on October 1st, and she signed up as a coach on October 20, whatever, this week. And then the other one just had a baby, and she's like, get back to me when I'm cleared to work out. So it's just great when people answer your stories. It gives you a way to have a conversation with them, and reach out to them next month if now's not the right time, or the month after that. So that was just kind of the screenshots and the stories. So I just wanted like a couple of closing tips. IG stories is a great place to experiment. They go away in 24 hours. You can delete them if you're like hating it, but I highly recommend you leave them up because it's you, and people are going to connect with you and get to know you. So have fun and be yourself, and be consistent. So people are going to trust you when they see you every day, and they see that you show up, and they also see that you have other aspects of your life. So kind of show different aspects of your life and be consistent each day and throughout the day. They're super easy to do. They take no time. I mean, you can take time if you want to put it in apps and make them all pretty, but I really don't. I just use the in-app. And then everything that I said today, like, you know, take these suggestions and make them your own, because you don't want to have your messages sound like scripts, because people can kind of smell that. But if you've clicked their profile picture, you see you've got something in common with them. It's really easy to say, thank you so much for following my stories. It looks like you have the same dog breed as I do. And you've now connected with them on a personal level. And you can just say, have a great day. You don't have to say much. And I do get a lot of responses to people that are like, oh my gosh, I love your stories. You know, motivates me, or that kind of thing. And then take time to dial in your hashtags related to your niche. I think this is super hard. It's a whole different world of training, but it's how you're going to expand your market. And it's really surprising if you're a Facebook person and you're not used to Instagram. It is really amazing how if you find hashtags that you have in common with other people and you like, comment, and follow them, the follow rate is super high. They follow you back even if you don't know them. So I think that's all I had. So I hope that was helpful for the Instagram newbies.
I loved that. Thank you so much, Jenny. I just wanted to add one more thing to when you do change to the business account. When you message someone, and if you are on a business account right now, and if you go into your Instagram and you click like, I just opened up a message to Courtney, and I'm going to try to, let's see. Okay. You can see my phone. Do you see that little tiny, like, oops, that little tiny, like, speech bubble looking thing right there? So when you click on that, it brings up snippets. So if you find that you're sending the same message over and over, like, oh, hey, you're interested in my challenge group, fill out this form. Instead of going over to your notes, copying, pasting, you can set up snippets within your Instagram. If you find that you send your coach change out, or if you have a video that you send, or anything. But that's only for business accounts, I believe. So if you have a personal account right now, I don't think that pops up, that little speech bubble. But if you changed over to the business account, that's just a cool little easy, instead of setting up keyboard shortcuts. I know that we talked about that on one of the calls, like that just was like, But just another cool Instagram story tip that, I don't know, I just discovered. I don't know how, but thank you so much. Does anyone have any questions for Jenny? just take yourself off mute. I know there's a few things in the chat. Okay, just awesome stuff. Cut Story was another app people were talking about. If you want to video yourself longer than 15 seconds without the cut, it just cuts your story in 15-second increments, and then you can upload those one at a time. But
I would recommend, if you're going to do a video like that, just do an IGTV, because it's better for your account and the algorithm. And nobody wants to watch 15 of the same 15 seconds, in my opinion. So if you're going to do like a 15 seconds in a row, great. But if you're going to do a cut story of like 4 minutes, just start an IGTV, because it's good for yourself and the algorithm. Or live video, whatever they call it. I don't really know.
They're different, live and IGTV.
Live. Yeah, I think live is what I've done, but yeah, IGTV is the other one.
Have fun with it too. Like, find the joy. Don't let this stress you out. Like, Jenny just shared a whole bunch of awesome stuff, but I love how she was like, just stay in the app. Like, don't feel like you have to go and do all these crazy things. Like, allow that to, as you morph and get better at IG stories, then pick up a new app or some new fonts, but there really is no reason. There's so many fun face filters.
Right. In reality, the people that are watching you aren't expecting you to look like a famous person's IG stories. They want you to look just like them. So I tend to not use them, because I feel like it's more relatable if it's like the lighting in my basement and this is what I look like. Sorry. It's like, it is what it is. And I think it's a trust factor. And every once in a while I'll fancy something up for fun, but I don't do it a lot. And I don't have time for it. I just like to put up a 15-second story and call it good.
And I think that's the advantage to, Instagram stories came at, I feel like, such a pivotal time in terms of social media, because a photo and the words you write, you can really twist those in some ways, and sort of, it depends on the message. It's hard to be authentic to you. Like, you can try your best, but on Instagram stories, just be you. Like, at first it feels a little funny, like you're just talking to yourself. But as you start, like, all those tips that Jenny gave, those were amazing. Like, as you start to get feedback, as you start to like lean into what people are responding to, little quirks that you do that people start to pick up on, or certain times a day that you do things that you don't even notice. And then all of a sudden people are like, wait, where's the pickup line video? Like, did you not pick up your kid today? Like, the things that you just don't realize, you don't think are meaningful to somebody else, they're very relatable, and they kind of look for those things. Like, I know Lori has like her FE flamingo stance that your team sort of developed, because you would do your story and you'd be standing in the flamingo pose, and it kind of just caught on. So it's just a really great way for you to really develop strong relationships with followers and people that don't know you. Because we're all craving to be connected. And I think when you look at the social media feed, sometimes it just looks very posed or, very staged. I mean, I know sometimes my daily posts are kind of a little forced, right? You're like, what am I going to post today? But Instagram stories, you can't really, like, don't force it. Just, even if you have nothing to talk about, like, just show up and be like, I got nothing, guys. Like, happy Tuesday.
You guys, we all as kids like talked in front of the mirror as if we were on a TV show. I mean, come on, we've all done it. Or you're cooking in the kitchen and you're pretending you're on a cooking show. Just hit record on your IG stories.
That's just you, Lori, that does that, by the way.
Oh, please. I catch my daughters doing it all the time.
I'm kidding. That's today's generation, though, because we've got a lot of elementary school teachers in here. How many of you guys, when you ask them what they want to be when they grow up, write like a YouTuber or Instagram famous, right? Mm-hmm. Like, all my son wants to do is vlog. He's like, can I please start a YouTube channel? And I was like, no. Yeah. But anyway.
All right. So we will see some of you Thursday night on our retreat call.
Woo!
Exciting. But you guys have a great Halloween, and thank you for coming on. And we are psyched to crush the end of the year, November and December. So excited.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks, guys.